ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभा तीर्थगोस्वामिने नमः। पतित पावन परम करुणामय परमाराध्यतम श्रील गुरुदेव ओम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद् भक्तिवल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी महाराज जी के श्रीपाद पद्म में असंख्य कोटि साष्टांग दंडवत प्रणाम करते हुए उनकी अहेतु की कृपा प्रार्थना करता हूँ। By the mercy of most revered Srila Gurudev, we are fortunate to discuss about the glories of the holy name. Holy name, the name of the Lord, which is the only shelter for all kinds of people practicing different spiritual practices, or maybe the person who is practicing karma, jnana, yoga, tapasya, or whatsoever it is, or even bhakti. The holy name is the most potential factor for bhakti, and also the holy name is the main source of inspiration. So we can see the devotees who chant the holy name, they depend on the Lord and they feel charged, highly inspired, and then develop strong faith in the lotus feet of the Lord. And now this divine name, this holy name of the Lord has a unique position. What is that? It is the means as well as the end, both. It is sadhana and it is sadhya, both. So sadhak, a practitioner, accepts the holy name, chants the holy name as part of his practice, sadhana, and attains the holy name as sadhya. So it is highly beneficial before and after, in both the cases, before God realization and after God realization. The holy name is so special that is highly beneficial for the person who has not yet realized anything, as well as to the person who has realized everything. In both the cases, the holy name is always helping the person, and helping the person in a way that he can uplift himself and attain the highest form of perfection. So the holy name also enables the person in the attainment of highest goal. What is that? Manifestation of Krishna Prem. Krishna Prem has to manifest. So this holy name, it enables the person, it inspires the person, encourages the person, and helps the person, helps the aspirant in such a way that what he does he can easily attain. Krishna Prem, that is the speciality. So, we have heard about the holy name. We know very little of its true nature. But once we chant, once we surrender to the holy name, then naturally we will come to the position where we will realize, we will experience the highest goal of life, the ultimate goal of life, that is manifestation of Krishna Prem. Without Krishna Prem, life is useless. That's why it is said, Prem dhan bina vyard daridra jivan. Life is considered as daridra. Daridra means the one even after possessing very high opulences still lives a life like a beggar. Such a persons are known as like daridra. So daridra doesn't mean that he doesn't possess anything. He possesses everything, but he don't have the ability to utilize the resources which he possesses. And also he is a kind of miser person who doesn't want to utilize any kind of resources for his benefit. Such a kind of person is daridra. So Krishna Prem is the default nature of the spirit. We don't need to struggle. We don't need to purchase it from somewhere else. We don't need to implant it in our heart. It is the nature of the spirit. Like the nature of the spirit is to be the servant of the Lord, in the same way the nature of the spirit is to have this transcendental love in the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Now, because our contact, our connection with matter since time immemorial, it got faded completely. As we all know, out of sight is out of mind. As we are out of sight from the Supreme Lord, naturally it has gone out of mind. But being the true nature, we can never ever understand, we can never ever, it is never possible that the jiva, the spirit, is completely deviated from the path of pure love. It is now perverted. So that's why the desire to attain love is constant, but from whom is always changing. So the persons we choose from whom we can feel that love keeps on changing. But one thing which is constant, that is the desire to love and to be loved. And also it is said, the holy name is Chintamani. The name of Krishna is Chintamani. Chintamani means what? Chintamani means desire stone. So whatever we desire, our desire is fulfilled. So the name of Krishna is Chintamani. That's why it is said, Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta Abhinnatvat Nama Namine. So that's why when it is said Chintamani means the one which is the bestower of all the desires. So if you have some desire, your desire will be definitely bestowed. Means the objects useful to give pleasure, to satisfy your desires, are being bestowed by the holy name. What it is said, it is the embodiment of divine intelligence, not an ordinary intelligence, it is divine intelligence. It is transcendental intelligence. A person with normal intelligence may get disturbed by the conditioned state, and there is high possibility of getting disturbed in his life for so many silly things happening around him. He may not be able to take them, he may not be able to manage them. At one point, there is a high possibility that the person will break down because of ordinary intelligence. But when we talk about the divine intelligence, which clearly says that the intelligence which is bestowed by the Lord, that's why the Lord himself says, Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Dadami means I bestow. That buddhi yoga, that intelligence by which you can understand what is what, who is Lord, everything, who am I, everything can be easily understood only by the intelligence bestowed by the Supreme Lord. But our own intelligence, which is limited within these sterile brains, can reap nothing when it is really needed. That's why even though the person is very strong, he always says that my brain is not functioning. Why it's not functioning? Because your brain is not prepared to advise you, to guide you in such eternal situations. But when the intelligence is bestowed by the Lord, when the intelligence is transcendental, naturally the person have this presence of action, presence of understanding, presence of mind, everything. So that's why it is said it is embodiment of divine intelligence, and not only just divine intelligence. Spiritual ecstatic bliss. People may think bliss means some worldly pleasure. That's why it is said spiritual ecstatic bliss. It's purely spiritual and also at the same time ecstatic. It is not like a normal or some silly kind of so-called bliss from this material world. It is purely transcendental. This bliss which is descending from that supreme abode. So all pure, it's totally pure, and then it is ever perfect. There is no imperfection in the holy name. Holy name means the perfect. So that's why it is said the holy name is totally pure, is perfect, and also absolutely free from any material nature. It's not bound to any material nature. That's why it is said Purna Shuddh Nitya Mukta, eternally liberated. It's not bound to anything. It's not bound to the material world. As long as anything which is associated with the material world should be understood as conditioned. As conditioned, but but it is absolutely free from any material nature, any material contamination, not possible. And also it is totally identical, non-different from each other. From what? The form and the Swarupa, means the form and the Lord himself. There is no difference in the form in the Lord Himself. That is the speciality which has been explained in the bona fide scriptures. Namachintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta. Purna Shuddha means all pure. It's completely pure. There is nothing like something which is impure. There is no contamination. There is no impurity. It is totally pure, crystal clear. And Nitya Mukta, not just liberated, not just free from the material world, eternally free. It is forever free and ever perfect. That is the holy name of the Lord. So that's why here it is recommended that person, whoever is intelligent, has to take shelter of the holy name. These are the things which has to manifest within the heart of a person. We can't just suffer in this material world bounded by this material world, suffering these worldly afflictions, and we claim ourselves to be highly realized, and we speak big commentaries. Such things are not going to help. Such things are not going to help. Such things are not going to bestow anything in our life. That's why it is said, and what it is said, in the transcendental realm, there is no difference between the Lord, His body and His name. Here also there is no difference, because the Lord is not accepting any body from this material world, neither His name is manifesting in this material world. And the Lord, His body and His name, everything are one. They are one and the same in all their aspects. We may assume that no, they all are different. But here it is said that's impossible that all these things can be ever different. They all are one. So when we worship His body, when we perform Archana Bhakti, then also we are actually serving the Lord. We are actually chanting the holy name. So when we are chanting the holy name, it's natural that we are serving the Lord. So those who chant, they can't understand that we are not serving the Lord. Those who are serving the Lord, they can't understand, they should not understand that they are not chanting. But chanting, japa is very important, because when we serve the deity, there should be a particular time, during regular times with regular intervals we can only serve the deity. We can't be with the deity all the time. We can't be with the deity in the night during offering of bhog, all those things. There is some limitation even while serving the deity, but serving the deity is also a method of chanting the holy name. But there is some limitation, and devotees, they don't want to remain under the influence of any limitation, so they prefer to take shelter in the lotus feet of the holy name. When they surrender to the holy name and chant the holy name, naturally they experience the form of the Lord, naturally they experience the presence of the Lord, naturally they experience the taste of His holy name. So, the name of the Lord is identical, and also it is just like an equipment, means it is like a means to attract the Lord. It's even though it's identical to the Lord, it is also the means to attract the Lord. Because the Lord himself says, what he says? Naham tishtami vaikunthe yoginam hridayena cha. I don't reside in any kind of Vaikuntha. Also, I don't reside in the hearts of any rishis. Then where do you survive? Where do you live? Madhubhakta yatra gayanti. Wherever my pure devotees, they sing, they glorify my name. Tatra tishtami Narada. Oh Narad, I just stay there, I just reside there only. Wherever my devotees are singing the transcendental glories of the Lord. So, what it is said here, it is not an object of material world, and it is completely, entirely outside the sphere of all. It is completely outside the sphere of material approach. Means it is not under the influence of material world. So one who sincerely chants the holy name naturally comes out of this material world, because the holy name to whom he is taking the shelter by the chanting of Harinam, that holy name is not bound to this material world. So it is also said very clearly that it is not possible to create any kind of adulteration or to drag in Maya. Holy name can't be dragged or adulterated, or it can't be dragged in Maya. So the person, whoever chants the holy name, also his faith and his devotion, his surrender can't be diluted, and also can't be dragged under worldly influence. It's not possible to drag in any worldly influence, and also it is not possible to be enveloped by the influence of Maya. Neither the Lord nor his holy name nor his devotees, nothing is enveloped by the influence of Maya. And now, what it is said in this material world, however, there is always a difference between an object and its name, form, attributes, and actions. In this material world, this difference is there, that what we speak and what we see are very much different from each other. But in the spiritual world, there is no difference between the object, its name, form, attributes, and actions. Everything is same, everything is identical. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who flooded the whole of India by his unique message of divine love and Nama Sankirtan, and who is accepted by one and all as so what it is said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is considered as the first person to start this movement of Sankirtan. He is the promoter, he is the mentor, he is the father, he is the guardian of this transcendental holy name, the process of chanting of this holy name. And also, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has done, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has flooded. What he has flooded? He has flooded the whole of the world. The whole of the world. India refers to Bharatvarsha. So many countries of Asia were earlier part of India only. All these countries, China, Pakistan, and few other countries, Afghanistan, all of them, once upon a time they used to be part of Bharatvarsha only. Slowly they got separated. Now we see thousands and thousands of individual states and everything. So that's his unique message. And what is his message? His message is the message of divine love. Most revered this Srila Gurudev, who founded this organization Gokul, Global Organization for Krishna Chaitanya's Universal Love, used to publish a kind of magazine with the name Message of Divine Love. So this message of divine love is brought by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Supreme Lord Sri Krishna himself.